Amidst the hustle of downtown, Prada strides with unwavering confidence, her presence commanding attention. Her sharp mind and trustworthiness are evident in every step, marking her as someone of unique character. The city's pulse seems to quicken around her, as she moves with a purpose known only to herself. She navigates the crowded sidewalks with ease, a beacon of determination against the urban sprawl. Her destination, a high-end consignment boutique, a world where fashion meets ambition. With each step, she draws closer to her domain, ready to weave her magic in the realm of style and commerce. Sunlight floods the consignment boutique, illuminating designer treasures. Prada, impeccably dressed, expertly showcases a vintage Chanel handbag. Her precise gestures highlight the bag's history, captivating the customer. Ms. Davies watches from her office, a subtle smile reflecting her trust in Prada. The boutique hums quietly as Prada and Lila ready the last items, the evening sun casting long shadows on the polished floor. The clatter of hangers echoes softly as they work in the soft evening light. Miss Davies approaches with a serious expression, her footsteps silent on the plush carpet. "Prada, could you please take the cash deposit to the bank tomorrow morning?" Miss Davies asks. In the consignment boutique office, Miss Davies carefully hands Prada a sealed deposit bag. Her expression is serious, her eyes conveying the gravity of her words. Miss Davies emphasizes the importance of the bag's safe delivery. Prada nods, her own expression mirroring the seriousness of the moment. The sealed bag is a silent promise of trust and responsibility. At a rooftop cafe, Prada and Layla unwind as the city's lights glitter beneath them, a sprawling canvas of urban dreams. Prada steals a glance at her phone, the screen's glow casting fleeting shadows across her face, a subtle shift in her relaxed demeanor. A digital whisper surfaces from the device. Notification from Miss Davies. The message hangs in the night air, an unseen thread tugging at the edges of their tranquil evening. A rooftop cafe bathed in soft, nostalgic light marks the beginning of a vivid flashback. The air is filled with the murmur of distant conversations, a gentle breeze rustling through the scene. Nana's voice, warm and knowing, echoes through the night. "Your name will travel places before you ever do." Her eyes gleam with wisdom, her words carrying the weight of experience and a hint of caution. "Don't send it somewhere you can't follow," she advises, her expression a mix of love and concern. The flashback lingers, leaving a poignant reminder of guidance and the paths yet to be chosen. String lights twinkle, casting a warm glow across the rooftop cafe. A gentle breeze dances through the potted plants. Layla laughs, her eyes sparkling with amusement under the soft light. "You're carrying a mini vault, Prada," Layla exclaims, her laughter echoing in the night air. Prada shifts uncomfortably, her expression clouded with unease. "I don't like this, not one bit," Prada says, her voice barely a whisper against the night. In her simple bedroom, Prada stares intently at the deposit bag, its contents a heavy weight in her hands. The modest room reflects a life of humble means, a stark contrast to the promise held within the bag. Her gaze lingers on the money, a mix of contemplation and unease etched on her face. A silent question hangs in the air as she contemplates the decision before her, the bag, a symbol of change. In the dim light of Prada's bedroom, shadows stretch across the sparsely furnished room, whispering tales of hardship. Prada's mother returns, her face etched with the weariness of countless hours of labor. The air is thick with the unspoken weight of financial strain, a heavy burden on their small haven. Every corner of the room seems to echo with the sacrifices made in silence. The scene paints a vivid picture of resilience amidst the shadows of a life lived under constant pressure. In her room, Prada battles inner turmoil, her eyes locked on a stack of money, the weight of her family's needs pressing down. The palpable temptation hangs heavy in the air, a silent battle waged in the dim light of her bedroom. Her resolve hardens, a stark reminder of Nana's words echoing in her mind, a test of her integrity. The money sits there, a symbol of her struggle, her choice a crossroads in the quiet of the night. Under the gas station's harsh fluorescent lights, Prada pulls in, the screech of tires cutting through the night. She steps out, the air thick with fumes and a sense of foreboding. A man suddenly bumps into Prada, a jarring collision that sends her bag flying. Her bag hits the ground, the zipper bursts open, scattering her belongings across the pavement. Prada watches in dismay as her world spills out under the unforgiving glare of the lights. Under the harsh glare of gas station lights, a bag bursts, scattering bills onto the unforgiving asphalt. Prada's heart leaps into her throat as she frantically claws at the escaping money, her movements urgent and desperate. Each bill is a fleeting chance, a desperate grab at survival under the watchful eyes of the night. Her eyes dart around, paranoia painting shadows on every face, every passing car. A collective blindness shields her frantic actions, each averted gaze a silent accomplice in her tense ballet. In her bedroom, Prada eyes the deposit bag. Its imperfection, a silent invitation. A flicker of temptation crosses her face, the allure of the money growing stronger in the dim light. The damaged bag seems to whisper promises, testing Prada's resolve in the quiet of the night. Her fingers graze the torn edge, the weight of the decision heavy in her touch. In the dimly lit bedroom, shadows swirl around Prada as she sits on the bed, her silhouette a study in quiet contemplation. A faint, haunting echo of Nana's voice drifts through the room, each word a ghost from the past. Nana's voice echoes in her mind, a constant reminder of the family legacy. The weight of her family's history presses down on her, reinforcing the importance of a clean name, the voice whispers, a relentless echo in the quiet room. Prada remains still, a statue carved from memory and obligation. Morning light floods into the consignment boutique as Prada steps inside. A sense of unease hangs in the air. Racks of clothes stand silently by. Miss Davies, usually composed, appears visibly worried, her brow furrowed. Her eyes reflect a deep concern, hinting at unseen troubles within the boutique. Prada's arrival cuts through the silence, a potential catalyst in this tense scene. Miss Davies sits absorbed, counting money in a thick envelope, her brow furrowed in concentration. Her fingers deftly sort and stack the bills, a practiced rhythm in the quiet office. Abruptly, she stops, her eyes widening as a discrepancy catches her attention. She recounts, her lips moving in silent calculation, a growing unease in her eyes. Realization dawns, a wave of frustration washing over her face. Hundreds are missing, the weight of the loss settling heavily on her shoulders. Inside the consignment boutique's small office, the air grows thick with unspoken tension. The sounds of the boutique fade, replaced by an oppressive silence that heightens the unease. Unspoken accusations swirl, each glance feeling like a sharp pinprick of judgment. The weight of suspicion settles heavily, a dark cloak smothering every movement. Silence amplifies the internal turmoil, making every breath a conscious effort. The oppressive atmosphere of the office seems to close in, suffocating and inescapable. Inside the consignment boutique's office, Miss Davies reviews documents at her desk, the weight of business heavy in the air. Prada stands opposite Miss Davies, her face etched with concern, hinting at the troubles brewing beneath the surface. Miss Davies looks up, her gaze meeting Prada's with a steely resolve. "Prada, we need to review the security footage." The room feels thick with unspoken tension, the security footage holding secrets that could unravel everything. In the cramped security room, the hum of electronics fills the air as Miss Davies and Prada focus intently on the monitor. Grainy security footage flickers across the screen, capturing a moment frozen in time at the gas station. Their eyes are glued to the scene, each detail scrutinized, each movement analyzed for a hidden clue. Tension hangs heavy as they seek answers in the silent playback. Another employee watches, the collective gaze a silent demand for the truth to reveal itself. Grainy security footage flickers on the monitor, casting a stark light in the dim security room. On screen, a man casually bumps into Prada, their brief contact unnoticed in the bustling boutique. A subtle jostle, a barely perceptible movement amidst the high-end racks and glittering displays. Unbeknownst to Prada, a wad of money slips silently from her bag, falling unnoticed to the floor. The unnoticed money lies vulnerable, a silent testament to the unseen act unfolding. The camera records every detail, a silent witness to the unfolding drama within the consignment boutique. Inside the security room, multiple pairs of eyes dart nervously, a silent storm brewing beneath the surface. Each glance is a carefully calculated risk, avoiding direct contact, maintaining a fragile facade. Prada becomes the reluctant focal point, drawing furtive looks laden with suspicion and curiosity. The air grows heavy, thick, with unspoken tension that threatens to shatter the room's composure. Every averted gaze and subtle shift in posture tells a story of hidden agendas and mounting pressure. The room pulses with unspoken questions, each person a suspect in this silent drama. Prada stares at her phone, a subtle furrow in her brow, hinting at inner turmoil amidst the boutique's curated elegance. The phone's glow illuminates the high-end dresses, casting an ethereal light on her conflicted expression. Around her, the carefully curated accessories stand as silent witnesses to her mounting unease. A text from Layla flashes across the screen, the words echoing in Prada's mind. Just say someone bumped into you. The weight of the unspoken hangs heavy as Layla's advice lingers. It's not your fault. Prada's eyes reflect a battle between honesty and convenience, a pivotal decision looming large in her gaze. Afternoon light floods the consignment boutique office, illuminating Miss Davies behind her imposing desk. Miss Davies's stern gaze is fixed on Prada, who stands before her, a picture of nervous anticipation. The silence stretches, heavy with unspoken expectations and mounting tension. Miss Davies's voice cuts through the quiet, demanding an explanation. Prada, I'm waiting for your explanation. Prada shifts under the weight of Miss Davies's stare, the sunlight highlighting her unease. In the cramped office, designer clothes overflow. Prada stands amidst the chaos, shoulders slumped with regret. She closes her eyes, a wave of realization washing over her in the confined space. Prada takes a deep breath, seeking composure. Exhaling slowly, she faces the weight of her choices. I should have gone straight home. I didn't. That was my responsibility, Prada admits, her voice heavy with remorse. Rustling paper fills the small office, a counterpoint to stifled sobs. The air hangs heavy with unspoken accusations and mounting pressure. Prada's voice trembles, a mix of fear and defiance coloring her words. Her eyes dart around the room, searching for an escape from the invisible walls closing in. But I didn't take anything, she insists, her voice barely above a whisper. And I won't say anything that isn't true just to protect myself, she declares. Inside the consignment boutique office, Miss Davies' gaze is sharp, her eyes fixed intently on Prada. A silent battle of wills unfolds as Miss Davies attempts to dissect Prada's expression. Miss Davies tries to discern the truth hidden beneath Prada's carefully constructed facade. The air thickens with unspoken questions as the two women engage in a subtle, psychological dance. Dust motes hang suspended in the air, illuminated by a shaft of sunlight piercing through the window. An oppressive silence blankets the consignment boutique office. The ticking of a clock echoes loudly, each second stretching into an eternity. A palpable tension fills every corner of the room, thick and heavy. Shadows lengthen, adding a sense of foreboding to the already strained atmosphere. The unspoken words hang in the air, as weighty as any shouted accusation. Bathed in pale moonlight, Prada sits on her bed, long shadows emphasizing her solitude. Tears silently cascade down her cheeks, each drop reflecting the turmoil within. Her hands tremble, a visible manifestation of her inner conflict and vulnerability. She whispers, her voice thick with doubt. Was I wrong? Should I have just kept it to myself? In the quiet of her bedroom, Prada sits on the bed, moonlight casting soft shadows on her face. A half-finished manuscript rests on the nightstand, bathed in the gentle glow of a bedside lamp. Her brow furrows slightly, a silent question hanging in the air as she contemplates her path. I wonder if integrity is worth the loneliness it sometimes brings, she thinks, her voice a mere whisper. Days later, the consignment boutique buzzes with hushed whispers. An air of uncertainty hangs heavy amidst the high-end racks. The investigation casts a long shadow over the once vibrant store. Prada's operations are temporarily halted, a visible sign of disruption. Empty display cases and silent mannequins reflect the store's paused state. The future of the boutique hangs in the balance, uncertain and tense. Downtown pulses with life, a stark contrast to the isolation closing in on Prada. Whispers trail her like shadows as she navigates the crowded street. Former friends offer strained smiles, a silent language of changing allegiances. Hushed conversations break off mid-sentence, marking her passage with unspoken judgment. In the bustling school cafeteria, Prada sits alone, an island in a sea of judging eyes. Whispers snake through the crowd, each word a tiny arrow aimed at Prada. The cafeteria buzz fades into a dull roar as Prada shrinks under the weight of their stares. Each pointing finger feels like a physical blow, isolating her further. She tries to ignore them, but their gazes are inescapable, burning into her skin. Prada clutches her lunch, the plastic fork trembling in her grasp. In the dim light, Prada sits on the edge of her bed, her silhouette reflecting inner turmoil. Her brow furrows as she runs a hand through her hair, lost in thought. A question hangs heavy in the air. Should I have lied? Would it have been better to protect myself? She wonders, her voice a soft whisper in the quiet room. Sunlight bathes Miss Davies' office, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air as she sits poised at her desk, phone in hand. With professional urgency, she speaks into the phone. Prada dear, could you come to the boutique? I need to see you. The sunlight emphasizes the importance of her words, and the dust motes swirl around her. Miss Davies awaits Prada, her expression a mix of anticipation and professional demand. Miss Davies, stern and impeccably dressed, sits behind a mahogany desk, a fortress of files surrounding her. Prada stands opposite her, concern etched on her face as Miss Davies speaks. I'm afraid I have some unsettling news, Prada. Prada's worry deepens, her voice laced with anxiety. Sarah, what's happened? Miss Davies' gaze hardens as she reveals. She's been skimming small amounts from the register. For months, it seems. Fluorescent lights cast harsh shadows in the cramped office as Sarah stands, a knot of anxiety tightening in her stomach. The air is thick with unspoken accusations, each shadow a silent judge. She fidgets, her gaze darting around the room, unable to meet the eyes boring into her. Finally, the weight of guilt becomes too much. Okay, fine. I took the money, she confesses, her voice barely a whisper. In the office, Miss Davies sits at her desk, an imposing figure facing Prada with an unwavering gaze. The air is thick with unspoken tension, an emotional undercurrent flowing beneath the surface of their interaction. Miss Davies' voice cuts through the silence, a hint of surprise coloring her tone. You could have lied. Most people would have, she says, her words hanging heavy in the small, confined space. The office air buzzes with the clatter of hangers. Light pours through a sheer window, illuminating the room. Prada considers a choice, her brow furrowed in thought. A moment of quiet contemplation fills the space. But then I'd always know, Prada says. Inside the consignment boutique's office, sunlight streams through the window, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Miss Davies pauses, her expression shifting from professional detachment to genuine surprise. A flicker of admiration sparks in Miss Davies' eyes, reflecting Prada's unwavering honesty. The air thickens with unspoken respect as Miss Davies considers Prada's integrity. A subtle nod from Miss Davies acknowledges the profound impact of Prada's words in the sunlit office. Sunlight floods the small office, illuminating dust motes as Miss Davies sits across from Prada. Miss Davies' warm smile fills the cluttered space, hinting at good news. The air crackles with anticipation as Prada awaits her fate. Prada, I'm happy to announce that you're being promoted to assistant manager, Miss Davies declares. Prada's eyes widen, a mixture of shock and elation spreading across her face. The promotion marks a significant turning point in Prada's career. In her bedroom, Prada's smile breaks through, hinting at a wave of relief washing over her. The soft glow of the bedside lamp illuminates a subtle triumph in her eyes. A sense of vindication settles over Prada as she savors a moment of quiet victory. The night enfolds her, carrying whispers of past struggles and newfound peace. Darkness blankets Prada's bedroom, the city lights casting ghostly shadows that dance across the walls. A faint, ethereal glow outlines the edges of the drawn curtains, hinting at the world outside. The room is steeped in silence, save for the distant hum of the city, a constant reminder of its watchful presence. Nana's words echo within the chamber, a gentle whisper urging Prada to protect her clean name. Each syllable hangs in the air, a poignant echo of love and a solemn promise to uphold. The weight of Nana's legacy settles upon Prada, a heavy yet cherished responsibility to carry forward. Prada greets customers with a practiced smile, offering advice on vintage handbags and elegant designer shoes. Her movements are precise, her charm effortless, as she navigates the boutique's curated chaos. With unwavering patience, Prada demonstrates the antiquated register system to a nervous new employee. Her encouraging words cut through the boutique's gentle hum, offering reassurance in the face of daunting tasks. Sunlight floods the cluttered office as Prada, chic in her 40s, sits poised across from a nervous employee. Prada's voice cuts through the air. This business isn't just about selling clothes. It's about trust. People are entrusting us with their memories, their treasures, she continues, her gaze intense. Her voice drops, a warning in her tone. Integrity is everything. One wrong move, one shady deal, and it all crumbles. Prada strides down the bustling downtown street, a figure of undeniable confidence and renewed power. Sunlight glints off the skyscrapers, mirroring the restored brilliance of her reputation. Each step echoes with purpose, a testament to battles fought and victories won. The city moves around her, a silent acknowledgement of her enhanced status. Her gaze is fixed ahead, unwavering, as she embraces the future with open arms. A subtle smile plays on her lips, hinting at the ambitions yet to be realized. The soft moonlight bathes Prada's bedroom, casting long shadows that dance with the quiet secrets of the night. Prada sits on the edge of her bed, her silhouette a study in serene contemplation, a deep understanding etched on her face. A subtle blend of acceptance and resolve plays across her features as she reflects on lessons learned in the darkness. Newfound clarity washes over her, grasping the true meaning of integrity in the stillness of her moonlit sanctuary. Years later, Prada commands a chic consignment boutique, a stage for her success. Spotlights blaze as Prada, impeccably dressed, stands poised before a crowd. Her designer attire speaks volumes, a visual testament to her entrepreneurial journey. Confidence radiates from her, captivating the eager young entrepreneurs. The boutique itself shines modern, chic, and a symbol of ambition realized. Every detail reflects Prada's vision, a beacon for those who dare to dream. Sunlight floods a high-end consignment boutique, illuminating racks of designer clothes and the weight of years in Prada's eyes. Prada, elegant but weary, sits across from a bright-eyed young woman, the past etched in every line of her face. Her voice, raspy with age, fills the boutique with a quiet intensity. I share my story as wisdom, not as a warning, Prada says, her words hanging in the sunlit air. Sunlight floods the consignment boutique, illuminating racks of designer clothes and filling the air with lavender. Each piece of clothing is meticulously curated, whispering tales of past lives and untold fortunes. Prada, her face etched with a kind seriousness, stands behind the glass counter, a pillar of quiet strength. Her eyes reflect years of wisdom, hinting at the stories she holds within. Integrity isn't about being perfect, but about being honest enough to stand in the truth, Prada says. Sunlight bathes the consignment boutique, illuminating rows of curated high-end fashion. Prada, aged but sharp, guides young entrepreneurs with discerning eyes. Her impeccable style is evident as she leans in, imparting invaluable wisdom. Choose the long way when faced with easy shortcuts that don't feel right, she advises. Her words resonate, filling the boutique with ambition and the promise of success. Sunlight streams into the high-end boutique, illuminating rows of designer clothes. Prada, aged but with the same sharp gaze, examines a vintage dress, her expression thoughtful. A hint of regret flickers in her eyes as she recalls past choices. She reflects quietly on her life's journey, a subtle melancholy painting her features. Short roads often lead far from who you want to be, Prada murmurs, her voice tinged with reflection. The consignment boutique bursts with applause, a symphony of appreciation for a journey hard won. Standing ovations ripple through the room, faces lit with admiration and inspiration. Each clap echoes Prada's unwavering commitment to integrity, a testament to her spirit. The air crackles with positivity, a vibrant energy binding every soul in the room. Pride shines in every smile, a collective celebration of resilience and triumph. In this shared moment, the boutique transforms into a beacon of hope and unwavering belief. The city street buzzes with life as Prada strides forward, an embodiment of success and power. Her confident gait commands attention. A businesswoman at the peak of her career, sunlight glints off the skyscrapers, mirroring the sharp determination in her eyes. An aura of respect surrounds her, a testament to years of unwavering dedication. Sunlight bathes Prada's mahogany desk, illuminating blueprints and financial reports that speak of a new venture. Her brow furrows in concentration, a determined glint sparking in her eyes as she navigates the intricate details. Each document is scrutinized, her commitment to integrity evident in every focused glance. The city sprawls beyond the window, a silent witness to her dedication and unwavering principles. She ensures every aspect aligns with her code, a blend of ambition and unyielding honesty. The room is filled with quiet determination as Prada shapes her vision, a fortress of integrity. Sunlight floods Prada's office, illuminating the minimalist space and highlighting the stark lines of her modern desk. The high-end phone sits alone on the polished surface, a silent promise of connection and power. Prada answers, her face a mask of composure, betraying nothing of the emotions beneath. Her eyes, sharp and calculating, hold a glint of satisfaction as she prepares to respond. "Congratulations on your success." Miss Davies' voice cuts through the silence, a note of admiration in her tone. Prada's lips curve slightly, a subtle acknowledgement of her triumph, as she savors the moment. Sunlight floods Prada's grand office, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Prada sits at her expansive desk, her silhouette framed by the bright window. Her gaze drifts into the distance, a faint smile gracing her lips as she remembers. The smile deepens, reflecting a quiet satisfaction with the journey and wisdom gained. Sunlight floods Prada's office, a stark contrast to the shadows in her eyes as she gazes out the window. A nostalgic smile touches her lips, a fleeting glimpse into cherished memories of Nana. Nana's words echo in my mind, she thinks, a guiding light illuminating her path. The weight of her accomplishments settles over her, a silent acknowledgement of the empire she has built. In a flashback, young Prada sits perched on a velvet stool, her eyes wide with youthful curiosity. She listens intently, completely absorbed in Nana's every word, a sponge soaking up stories. The consignment boutique fades into a backdrop of dreams and whispered secrets. Each item in the boutique seems to hold a story, waiting to be discovered by young Prada. Nana's voice fills the air, a gentle current guiding Prada through a world of fashion and fantasy. Sunlight streams into the quaint consignment boutique, illuminating swirling dust motes in the air. Shelves overflow with vintage clothing and forgotten treasures, whispering stories of past lives. Nana, in her mid-40 seconds, meticulously polishes the counter, her movements precise and deliberate. Her eyes reflect a deep wisdom as she speaks with conviction. A clean name is the most valuable thing you can have, even when it is difficult to maintain. Sunlight streams into Prada's office, illuminating her serene smile. A quiet moment of reflection, her eyes soften, carrying the weight of memories and the echoes of Nana's wisdom. A gentle breeze stirs the curtains, as if Nana herself approves from beyond. Prada's heart swells with a sense of peace, the culmination of a long and arduous journey. She knows, with unwavering certainty, that she has honored Nana's legacy. A single tear traces a path down her cheek, a testament to love, loss, and ultimate triumph. Inside Prada's office, focused on her work, sunlight streams through the window, illuminating her desk. Documents and designs cover the surface, a testament to her dedication. She is determined to build a business on integrity. Every decision she makes reflects her ethical principles. Sunlight floods Prada's modern office, awards subtly gleaming. Prada, sharp and composed, stands tall. She accepts the gleaming award. The award shines under the bright light. The grand hall sparkles with chandeliers, a sea of formally dressed figures filling the space. Prada steps onto the podium, the spotlight catching her poised figure. Her voice resonates, silencing the room as she begins her speech. "My journey has been filled with challenges," she states, her gaze sweeping across the attentive audience. "I chose to stay true to my values," Prada declares, a challenge echoing in her words. The grand hall hums with anticipation, its opulent decor reflecting the gravity of the award ceremony. Bathed in golden light, Prada stands center stage, a solitary figure amidst the expectant crowd. Her voice, amplified, yet fragile, fills the vast space, each word resonating with heartfelt emotion. A hush falls as she speaks, her vulnerability palpable, drawing the audience into her narrative. Tears glisten in the eyes of many, moved by her honesty and unwavering dedication to justice. The spotlight intensifies, framing Prada as a beacon of integrity in a world hungry for truth. The auditorium roars, a symphony of applause washing over Prada as she approaches the podium, a beacon of success. Dazzling spotlights capture the triumphant gleam of the crystal statuette held firmly in Prada's hand. A sea of faces rises to their feet, a collective ovation thundering through the grand hall. Each standing figure is a testament to Prada's remarkable achievements and unyielding integrity. The applause continues, a vibrant wave of appreciation echoing Prada's hard-earned victory. The crystal statuette shines, mirroring the bright future Prada has forged through talent and determination. Night descends on the downtown street as Prada strides confidently, a palpable sense of fulfillment radiating from her. The city lights blur around her, each step resonating with newfound purpose. A quiet smile plays on her lips, reflecting the inner peace she has found. The cool night air embraces her as she continues her walk, each breath filled with hope. A soft glow fills Prada's apartment, dust motes dancing in the air like tiny stars. Prada sits in a plush armchair, the weight of the world softened by the dim light and the comfort of solitude. A half-empty glass of wine sits on the side table, a silent testament to a reflective evening. A quiet smile touches her lips as she whispers, "I am grateful for the challenges I have overcome." Inside Prada's luxurious apartment, a sense of reflection hangs in the air. The night casts long shadows across the expensive decor, a quiet moment of reckoning as the weight of decisions settles upon her shoulders. The city lights twinkle outside. Integrity dawns not just as a word, but a profound shift in perspective. A new path begins to materialize. The apartment reflects the internal transformation, luxury juxtaposed with newfound clarity. A deep breath, a silent promise to embrace a life of unwavering principle. The past fades into the shadows. The night deepens, but within Prada's eyes, a spark of resolute determination ignites, illuminating the path ahead. In the quiet of her apartment, Prada's gaze softens. Drawn to a photograph, Nana's image radiates warmth, filling the room. Bathed in a gentle, melancholic light, Prada contemplates the depth of their bond, memories flickering in her eyes. A subtle smile graces Prada's lips as gratitude washes over her. A silent acknowledgement of Nana's enduring impact. The photograph seems to glow, a testament to the profound connection between them, transcending time and distance. In the stillness, Prada is enveloped by a wave of emotion, the weight of their shared history palpable in the air. The apartment is steeped in silence, the moonlight casting long shadows across the minimalist decor and designer furniture. Soft moonlight spills through the window, bathing the room in a gentle, ethereal glow. The stillness of the night amplifies the unspoken memories and reflections within the room. A profound sense of accomplishment and self-awareness fills the space, a testament to a journey of transformation. Soft light paints Prada's apartment, shadows playing across the walls as she moves with quiet strength. In the gentle glow, Prada's every action exudes a profound integrity, influencing those around her. The room breathes with a calm energy, reflecting Prada's inner resolve and unwavering spirit. Each gesture, though simple, carries a weight of purpose, subtly inspiring a commitment to what is right. Prada's presence fills the space, a beacon of unwavering principle in the quiet night. Prada strides confidently down the bustling downtown street, sunlight glinting off the skyscrapers around her. Her purposeful gait cuts a striking figure against the backdrop of hurried pedestrians and honking cars. Each step exudes an aura of unwavering integrity and undeniable success, commanding attention. The city seems to pause, briefly captivated by her powerful presence as she navigates the urban landscape. A subtle smile plays on her lips, hinting at the strength and determination that lies beneath her elegant exterior. Sunlight floods the consignment boutique, illuminating dust motes in the air, above overflowing racks of designer clothes. A young girl stands amidst the opulence, nervously twisting the strap of her purse, a storm brewing within. Her eyes dart around, a silent plea for guidance in the labyrinth of high fashion and weighty choices. She whispers to herself, seeking solace in the brand she reveres. Prada, I do not know what to do. Her voice trembles, echoing slightly in the otherwise silent boutique, a fragile question hanging in the air. The weight of her decision palpable as she grapples with a choice that seems monumental in her young life. Sunlight floods the boutique, illuminating rows of designer treasures. Prada sits poised, a picture of refined elegance. Her hands are clasped, a subtle tension beneath her composed exterior as she assesses her client. Prada leans forward, her gaze intense, voice resonating with conviction. Integrity is the only currency that truly holds its value, she declares, her words hanging in the sunlit air. A cautionary note enters her tone as she warns of fleeting comforts. Short-term comfort is a siren song, but it always leads to rocky shores, she concludes, her expression grave. Sunlight floods the consignment boutique, highlighting racks of designer clothes. A young girl contemplates vintage handbags in a glass display, her brow furrowed in thought. She weighs a trendy, cheap bag against a classic, well-maintained Prada. Her expression shifts. A glimmer of understanding begins to illuminate her features. She pauses, her decision hanging in the balance as she considers her options.